So, hey, Mark, welcome to Options Brew TV Market Shot Thursday, 11 o'clock with Mark from Harvested Financial. How are you, Mark?
I'm doing very well, Lex. How are you on this fine Thursday?
I'm doing great. Another sunny day in Chicagoland, a little chilly, but just happy to be here.
Oh, the sun is shining and it's a beautiful day out there.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so let's get to it, right? Jade Lizard.
Yes. So let's talk about the Jade Lizard because this came up in our clubhouse conversation on Tuesday afternoon.
Yes.
Where we were talking about some different strategies, and we said, all right, well, come market shot, let's review the Jade Lizard. And I've actually found some other strategies that are sort of all in this family of lizards, shall we say. So we got some fun stuff to play with here.
No, wait. So just before we go, Jade Lizard, that didn't really exist on the trading floor, right? We didn't call it that.
Well, that was the conversation, right? Like I'd never heard of, I had heard of a Jade Lizard, but I didn't actually know what it was, and you didn't either. And we had to look up, okay, well, how do you put that together?
Right.
This is sort of the kind of strategy that can come about with electronic tools where you can have all these different legs and you can start playing around with the different stuff. No, this didn't exist back in the day.
Okay. What is a Jade Lizard anyway? Is it a certain kind of lizard? I mean, I'm thinking more down the line of how cool our little thumbnail can be on the YouTube video.
Oh, I mean, this is the strategy made for that thumbnail. I mean, this is perfect. But I don't actually know. I tried to do a little research into where the name comes from.
Okay.
For the option strategy, I couldn't find anything.
You couldn't find it?
No, I couldn't find exactly where it came from. But I don't know that there actually exists a Jade Lizard in. I don't know that there's an actual lizard out there that they call the Jade Lizard. So.
Got it.
It's like
okay.
A constellation name, right?
All right. Well, enough of that then. How do we do this thing?
Yeah, let me pull up my trade hawk and we can kind of go through it here. In many ways, the Jade Lizard is sort of a variant of a strangle.
Okay.
So if you think about your strangle, you're going to be selling a call and you're going to be selling a put. It's a short volatility strategy. So I've got Microsoft up here. We're trading a little below 245. I'm looking at the June 18 expiration. Like going out kind of that 30-day window.
Yep.
Serial expiration. There's going to be more liquidity. So looking at June here, at the money is 245, and if we want to sell a strangle, we want to. At the money 245, maybe I'll sell the 235 and I can sell the 255.
Okay.
This is what like your standard strangle looks like, right?
Yep.
Short $10 away on either side.
Mm-hmm.
We're collecting premium here. This is, we're going to lose money if this goes down, below, with the 750 that we collect, below 226.50 or, above 260, 250. That's where we start losing money.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of it's symmetrical exposure here with this strangle.
Right.
The Jade Lizard caps your upside exposure. So it makes this a little bit more of a bullish strategy.
Okay.
And we're going to cap that upside exposure by, let's say, buying this 260 call.
Okay. So now we have, instead of a strangle, well, we have the innards of a strangle, but we have this short call spread with a short put.
Correct.
Okay.
And so sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's interesting. I got a comment, but go ahead. I want to hear what you were going to say first.
I was going to say, so that sort of skews our exposure here, right? That, we still have downside, risk. So, this is definitely a bullish strategy. We want this to, best case scenario, it stays between the two strikes like the strangle.
Right.
But if this does drift up, above 260, we're protected at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So, we do have protection if the market really starts to rip, but, we're open on the downside. Interesting way to, kind of play with that strangle exposure and, definitely short volatility. Best case scenario, market sort of stays still, vol comes out of this trade, but, you are protected to the upside.
Okay, so let me ask my questions and maybe we can go to a what if in a second. So let me do this. Okay, so right now, here's what we got. We have premium to the tune of about $5.90, right? So our happy zone is clearly between these two strikes, right?
Exactly.
That's our nice happy zone. Where we start getting into a little bit of trouble is we get into trouble as we start heading this way, right? That's the problem area. And then here we've got a $5 spread, right? So we can lose $5 on that spread, less our big what do you call it? Credit.
Right. So the credit in this case is actually more than the width of that spread.
Right. So that's it. We should be locked into the upside.
We're locked into the upside.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Let's have a look at it. Can we do a what if?
I'm going to say the what if will show exactly that. So let's go call it.
Yeah. Go big distance. There we go. Awesome. So there it is, right? Exactly what we said. Honey zone right in the middle.
Right in here.
Yeah. And then, right. So good. And then here's that $88, $89. I said 90, $5.90. So just for the viewers, that $90 is the $5 spread less that credit, which was about $5.90. And there's the net number, about $90. So they're probably doing a little rounding here. 88.
The positive $90.
That's correct. So you can't lose to the upside. Your honey zone right in the middle. You got a little problem to the downside.
Right. You are exposed all the way down to zero there. You're short that put.
Right. Now, can you make a Jade Lizard, Mark, the other way? So make it to the short side so that you buy the put under the short put and then just leave the call exposed. What about that little business?
I wonder what you would call that.
What is that called? Is that called an upside down Jade Lizard?
The upside down Jade Lizard.
I mean, it's technically, depending on the numbers, it should be, similar kind of fun. We didn't get a big enough credit, right?
You're right. That's exactly right. So it's almost the reverse image, right? Like you said, you're exposed all the way on the short upside. You do have that honey zone in the same place, dollar strike wise, that honey zone.
Sure.
But the credit from selling the call, the put spread is more expensive to own.
Right, exactly right.
Because the put spread, that's our sort of typical put skew. That we're going to expect to see implied volatility higher to the downside. The puts are more expensive, so that put spread, to buy that coverage, it costs more. A Jade Lizard is sort of halfway between the risk of a strangle and straddle and call it a condor. That a condor, you'd be capped on both sides. So if we want to go all the way to creating a condor here, we'd own the downside put and we'd own the upside call. Our credit's going to be much less in this scenario. It's only going to be $2.34 and 35 cents in that case.
Yep.
But we're completely protected.
Right. And you still have the same profit zone, essentially, right? So we still have the same profit zone in that middle section. It's just, we're not going to make as much because it's only, as you said, it's only $2.35. And yeah, you go ahead. Right. So everything looks, a little more wonderful here. You just don't have the first Jade Lizard we made, we had the ability to kind of block it off like up here with a guaranteed profit. So that we give that up, right?
Exactly. A Jade Lizard, whether you go upside or downside, is giving you a distinct directional bias.
Yep, absolutely.
Your best case is neutral, short vol strategy, but you have a bias, to protect one side versus the other.
Awesome. Okay. All makes sense. I think we have to just come up with a name for the put Jade Lizard. I want to call it the upside down Jade Lizard or something like that. Or you what do you think?
Yeah, the upside down or the it's like the lizard on its back or something.
Yeah, right. It's suntanning, the suntan Jade Lizard or something.
The sunning lizard.
The sunning lizard. All right, good, Mark. That's awesome, man. Well, thanks for that. I love the lizard series. This will be an interesting thumbnail.
Yes, there's certainly a lot you can do with the lizard.
All right. Until next time. Hey, join us on Clubhouse Tuesdays at 3:30 after the bell. Go to Clubhouse and look for either me, Lex, or Mark, and we always chat about the markets on Tuesday.
Well, and like we said at the beginning, this is where we got the idea for this episode.
That's
so
right.
Get a preview of what the midday market shot is going to look like.
That's exactly right. All right, Mark. Good talking to you.
You too, Lex.
Have a good
Well,
weekend.
you too.
Bye.